Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment of our program brought to you by Rusty Wallace Kia on Callahan Drive. And I can't do much more of an honest testimonial than just to tell you where I bought my last 5 vehicles. Rusty Wallace Kia of Callahan Drive. I got 4 Sorrentos in a row, which I absolutely loved all of them. And now I've got a Telluride, which I love even more. I have gone again and again to Rusty Wallace Kia on Callahan Drive. From their GM to their sales staff to the service department, I just really like their group. They do a tremendous job, and the vehicles are fantastic. Rusty Wallace Kia of Knoxville on I-75 at Callahan Drive. Okay, what we're going to do here is we have a quickie question for the panelists, and then let's take a shot. We got 2 guys waiting in the wings over at the YP board. Oh, there they are. There, I threw them. So we'll get to them in a second, and we're going to give you our official picks for wins. But this first question, let's go ahead and put the graphic up again. For Jimmy, David, and Josh here, will the Vols lose 3 games in any one month? Mm-hmm. Will the Vols lose 3 games in any one month?
Yes. It'll be October.
You think they will in October?
I'm with Jimmy. I think October.
I think they beat South Carolina, and then they lose to Missouri, Ole Miss, and Alabama.
So Saban and Drinkwitz and the Genius beat them. Okay. And David, do you think same thing?
Probably. I'd lean toward yes in October.
Josh, what do you say?
My answer is probably, but that's not definitely. So I'll say no, just to make things different here at the table.
Okay, very good. It's always the right reason to do things here, just to shake it up. All right. Well, you don't mean it, but just like
I will say, I think October could be interesting because I wouldn't rule out you lose to South Carolina, you beat Ole Miss. I wouldn't say that's impossible because South Carolina is better than people think, and Ole Miss. I mean, I think
there's a good.
Yeah, it depends on what you think.
There you go. They have, Ole Miss is going to be all. If you can't stop somebody, you can lose to a lot of teams, and we'll see what they are. They have a really high ceiling.
Going to stop them.
That's a true point. They have a really high ceiling and a pretty low floor.
Prancing into the end zone.
All these things are very. I mean, listen, we got to sign up and watch for the wonders of the fall in Rocky Top.
All right, let's do the.
He's selling subs over here.
Here's the last query in our season preview of 20 questions. Actually, 22 since I threw in a couple on that last one. Bob and Chuck over at the YPs saw it. Josh, how many games will the Volunteers win in the regular season? And then we'll assume, all things being equal, they play all 12 games.
Yeah.
How many wins they get?
Yeah, I'll be optimistic and say 6 out of 12. So they'll play all 12 games. They'll win 6 and 6.
Okay, 6, says Josh Warden. Let's go over it. Chuck's already writing it up there before we even cut to him, and I say to go to it. Very good. Always producing his own show over there. We have David Ubben next. David, how many victories for the Volunteers? And we can take a little time here. So.
Yeah. Well, the way I see it, you have 4 games that you are going to win. I think it's hard to imagine them losing any of the non-pit, non-conference games. Vanderbilt is just not in really good shape right now. And then you have that handful of games that you can win, the Kentucky, Missouri, South Carolina range, and then you have Ole Miss who you might be able to knock off. So I think you split some of those, and I got to go with Josh. I think you get 6.
All right, 6 victories. Then we go to Chuck over at the YP board, writing in David Ubben's pick of 6. So we get 2 6s on the board. And by the way, Chuck's in his visor. We can get it. Yeah, he's doing the casino visor. Jimmy suggested that was because he won't allow me to tattoo the number on his head. It changes as the season goes. But we've got 2 6s there. Chuck, the over-under still remains for most of these Vegas sites about 6.5, correct?
Well, most of them, I believe, are 6. I saw 6.5, which I would jump on it. I was just looking it up before the segment. So, I mean, I think it is right on that. I tell you what.
Well, I don't want your answer yet.
Okay.
I just wanted you to say it's 6.5 is the over-under. It was 6.5 earlier this summer. It was just about everybody 6.5. Are you saying it's dropped to 6 now at most places?
More of them than not are saying 6, just right on the money. Right
Okay,
now.
then it's dropped.
Yes.
Okay, interesting. Glad I asked. Jimmy, how many regular seasons for Josh Heupel in his first season with the Vols?
Is this a part of the show where I'm supposed to lie like Josh did?
Yes, just make it up. I say 13 just because.
Well, 9.5. I'm at 6. I've got them going 6 and 6. I think they'll beat South Carolina. I've got them with 5 wins there, and then they either beat Pitt, Missouri, or Kentucky to get to 6.
Okay, and we would cut to Chuck writing it on the board, but he always says it rather than waiting. Yeah. Okay. Bob, take the pen from Chuck. Chuck, hand Bob the pen.
There you go, Bob.
You've been demoted. All right, very good. Bob Hodge, since you've got your own pen over there, how many wins did the Volunteers get? Are you going 6?
Well,
or
I think-
we've got 666
I was
across the
about
board.
to say, I think this says it all. So since that says it all, I'm going to go 5.
So you're going to look at that and you're going to be evil and say 5.
Exactly.
Okay, well, go ahead. You can write 5 up there since we're actually looking at you. All right. 5 wins is where Bob is going. Chuck, what do you say? How many victories? What is the official prediction
The
from
official
the Chuck E.
prediction-
C. Note Casino?
Do I get the pen back from
No.
my own prediction?
No, I don't trust you with it.
You know what? The more I look at this schedule, the more I look at the attrition, the more I look at everything involved, I think it would be a good season if they get to 5. I don't think they get to 6. To me, they're going to have to upset somebody. Pitt is a key game. Obviously, the Missouri, Kentucky. I just think it's going to be tougher than what we may think right now. I'm going to say 5.
Okay, Chuck goes 5.
Tattoo that on your head.
See, I think the over/under on this show is clearly 5.5.
5.5.
Yeah, because I'm going to go with 5 as well. You can go ahead and put me down as 5. And the reason, clearly, they can win 6. I mean, there are plenty of games there that you put in the toss-up category. My problem is I worry about that month of November. And I don't know if we can put that back up there,
Yes.
Chris. If you can put that full screen back up, you should be winning there in November. I mean, you got Kentucky, which is winnable. You're on the road. You know, it's a winnable game. It would be an upset. Georgia, South Alabama, and Vanderbilt, you should beat. Unless you are so decimated by that point, and that loss of
Right.
35 players comes home to roost, and you're sitting there going, okay, well, walk on here, walk on there, walk on here, walk on there. Suddenly Vanderbilt isn't the joke that we go into the season thinking it would be. And I've also seen Vanderbilt beat Tennessee so many times in the last 15 years that I don't consider that the cakewalk that you do. Should be. If they played them first week of the season, I'd say it is. But I just worry about this team and the depth biting them in the rear end. Chuck Cavaleris, Bob Hodge, Jimmy Himes, David Ubb, and Josh Ward, thank you all for being here. Thank you for watching. We'll see you right back here for show number 900 next week. Thanks.